Hello and welcome to Dark Serenity. I am Tika. Brain is not working so well today, so I'm just going to record a little bit of a vlog style video. I don't know exactly where to put this in my channel because it's not quite a Fiber Friday video, despite the fact that I am crocheting. I figured I'd just go over a few things that are fun, and since I didn't know where to put them, I figured I'd put them here before moving on to recording this upcoming week's Fiber Friday. I don't want to make those videos super long. So some of the fun things I wanted to go over, I'm still learning how to use it, but my wonderful boyfriend got me a really awesome present for Christmas. I know it's halfway through January, but it's this cute little camera that can flip outward. It's okay so far. I think it's a lot of user error that's happening, and I got to figure all that out. Having some sound quality issues with it, so I may end up having to use it for mostly still pictures of what I'm working on, along with time-lapse videos, because it can do that. I have one of the project that I've been working on right now, and I'm hoping to be able to make that a little bit better, so I'm not just using the little cheap Logitech webcam that I've been using and my iPhone. My iPhone's not bad, but again, not great. Been trying to fix some of the sound quality because I know it's not the best. It is a stock built-in microphone. My brother gave me some, where are they at? There they are. Cute little mics that I've seen other people using with their little puffs. User error, technical difficulties. I am not the smartest technological person. So, been trying to figure out how to make these things work with my phone and computer. I will get that figured out. Just gotta watch some YouTube videos on it. I sort of got it started to work, but then it failed, so working on that. And finally got an SD card reader, so that way I can put the videos that I take on my phone and the pictures I take on, or not my phone, my new camera. I can put those videos finally on my computer. Because I have several of them I've taken, you have to be able to connect it to the computer to be able to get the videos off, and I haven't been able to do that, so picked myself up one of these. I figured this would be a good place to go over some of my goals for this upcoming year, for, mostly for the crafting and channel related content, as I do have a lot of other personal goals that I have set, both short-term, long-term, etc., but personal. So, but with the wonderful channel and all of you here, my first set of goals is to hopefully, if I can, and you guys like my content, I'd like to be able to get, between 500 and 1,000 subscribers this year. I'd also like to be very consistent in putting out videos, minimum of the one a week, if I can. I'm hoping for at least one of the fiber content videos a week. I've been working on creating a mod pack that I would like to play in Minecraft. I would like to finish using up all the yarn that is old yarn, stuff that was given to me, stuff that I bought because I thought the yarn looked really pretty, but didn't have a project in mind for it. I'd like to try to get a project in mind so I can get rid of some of that, so that way when I'm bringing in newer yarns, it's more in line with what I've been interested in crocheting recently, or knitting. I'd like to do at least one knit project this year that is not socks. Kind of did that a little too much last year. Despite everybody loving them, I did not get pictures of everybody with them on at the Christmas event, between various people wearing very large boots and not wanting to, or time-wise and that. So we just didn't do one with everyone wearing the socks at the Christmas event. I did find out that one of the areas I was concerned about, the heels, were a little bit pointy. And I have some ideas on how I can fix that in the future. I do know I want to create several pairs of the little micro crochet earrings, as well as different critters for stuffed animals. I'd like to do, quite a few more of those this year. I put in a whole bunch of overtime so I could afford to buy myself a 3D printer, which I am super excited to say should be arriving in about a week and a half. It's going to be fun, and once I figure out how to use it, I have so many ideas on what I want to 3D print. I went with a single color printer, and while I could have probably picked a cheaper one, I went with one that its entry level point wasn't terrible. I have the Elegoo Carbon Century, or Century Carbon. I'd have to look up exactly what I bought. But I know it's the Elegoo one. I got it because it's an enclosed printer, and I want to be able to try a couple of different materials, as well as being me, I'm extremely scent sensitive, and so I'm a little concerned with the smell of plastic extruding. I don't know if that's going to be slightly problematic. I may have to see about where I set it up, because if it is a problem, I might not be able to have it here in my craft room. Or I can have it in the craft room, I just won't be able to run it while I'm in here, which can be annoying. Especially since this is also my gaming area, so. But I will get that figured out when it gets here. From some of the reviews, it sounds like it's going to be mostly noisy and less on the scent, unless I'm using certain filament. But yeah, no, I have many plans, one of which, because currently my little camera is on this Temu tripod that I bought, and it's not super great. It can sort of adjust, but I have no vertical height with it. So I've been stacking it on different things to get the images that I have gotten on my camera. My little webcam, I've only been able to place it like directly above my monitor or on my laptop for the different angles that I've been getting. It is what it is, but I'm going to be 3D printing a little shelf to go along the back of my monitor, so that way I can have the camera mounted where I'd like it to, as well as make a little device to hold my webcam, so if I need to do close-ups of my fingers, or even modify for my camera if I can figure out the audio. But while I could dub over a lot of my videos, I don't want to, unless I have to, or I have a really bad audio that day, like really bad. I'd actually like to just correct the audio situation and go from there. I have tried a few different things with the camera. I had a little microphone that came with, like I said, one of the tripods, and I was so hopeful for it. Unfortunately, even plugging it into my laptop, it doesn't function at all. Like, it mutes everything. So it's either the cord that came with it or it's the microphone itself. But it was not, that was an extra that I wasn't really counting on for purchasing. I bought the little tripod for the tripod. I unfortunately will be having my first frogging project of the year. So I showed it off in my very first video, but I'd been working on a cloak that I had a hood for, and I had done the hood. It was a little capelet. Came out really cute. The pattern was, I'd say, intermediate, um, just because of the crochet cabling that was in there. Unfortunately, my little self-designed cape that I was making to go under it as a full length or even waist length cape, and I wasn't following a pattern because the capelet did not have a pattern. I had completely finished that, other than fixing up the hood with a string to tighten it down. I hadn't done that yet because I was going to attach the capelet to my full-blown cape, and now I'm not. I tacked it on. I hated it. So I am for sure frogging all of the work I've done on a waist length cape because it's too big. I've lost some weight this last year, and even then it was still going to be way too big. And I didn't think it was going to be that big of a problem. Unfortunately, it was, and it doesn't look right, and I hate it. So before I weave in ends and just regale it to a pile that I never touch, I'm going to frog back the 3 skeins of the Value Big Twist yarn that I have used on it, and figure out a new project for that because I'm over that project and I don't think I want to restart it. I am thinking of buying, oh, it's made by Wickedly Handmade. She's got this hooded, oh my, I know it starts with an oleander, I think, hooded scarf, cloak, like wintry thing. I'd have to go back to her page to see what it is, but I know she's got it on her Etsy. So I'm thinking of doing that. I am not going very fast today. Ugh. But I am starting to wake up. So yay for that. I do want to pull out my sewing stuff, and I'll have to either borrow my siblings' sewing machine, which they've said I can, or sew it by hand, which it's not my favorite thing to do. I've made a full-length ball gown before by hand sewing, before I had learned how to use a sewing machine. But I don't know if I want to do that, especially since I've now learned how to use the sewing machine. But it's a possibility, but I would like to make myself a couple of new dresses this year, just because I would like to. I'm thinking that's probably good for the crafting goals. So yeah, just to quickly reiterate them, I'm wanting to do a couple of amigurumi projects, some micro crochet projects, be consistent in the videos that I do put out, and by consistent, at least one a week. Work schedule wise might not allow for very much more than that, but I am going to try. I want to be able to finish my mod pack for Minecraft and everything. I'm just going through all of the mods I want in it. Play that probably here on this channel, and do my 3D printing. And obviously probably the most important one that I haven't mentioned would be getting a little bit better at the recording software and uh, editing process so that way my videos come out better and nicer and hopefully you guys will like them. Anyway, before this video gets too long and I have to do too much editing today, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. Thank you guys for joining me for this crochet ramble that I've been doing. But like I said, I didn't have anywhere else to show off my new camera and everything because it was a good Christmas. And oh, I'm a derp. Before I go, bonus content. The other thing I got for Christmas from my mother, because she's a wonderful person, as I mentioned in my first one, I knew I was getting it, but I've got the magnifying glass and I'm currently using it to kind of shine a light on me because it's currently 5 a.m. and I have no natural light. So I'm using that. It's probably why it's also dark and not super great on the lighting in here. But I'm going to be using all of that to do the micro crochet and wanted to show off my Christmas presents and all of that fun. But yeah, again, thank you so much for joining me today, ending this here. And yeah, if you liked the video, please like and subscribe, all that stuff. It will help and it'll help me achieve my goals. Anyway, have a wonderful day.